hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Savannah and I am so glad that you are here. My channel is all about knitting, spinning, and sometimes other crafts, but predominantly knitting and then spinning. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm trying to keep it on the shorter side today. Just because I need to get out and get grocery shopping, and I really just want to have another lazy day, kind of like yesterday. I apologize for the laundry sounds in the background, but you know, such is life. I'm feeling much better. I actually was able to go back to work on Monday and work all of last week. I had just a little bit of a, you know, like a little bit more runny nose on Monday, so I just wore a mask to school, and then I've been fine since. So that was really crazy, and nobody else has gotten COVID in my house, so I am very thankful for that. We have one more week of school before Thanksgiving break, so let's hope everybody stays healthy. Let's hope, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm just going to go ahead and show you what's on the mannequin real quick, because I did do a little bit of finishing on it. So this is the Twist and Turns shawl by Stephen West. It was the 2022 Mystery Knit Along. I showed this several times, probably last week too, but I actually got pom-pom maker. I have it put away. I got the big set of pom-pom makers by Clover, so you get like 4 different sizes. And while I thought I was going to use the smallest size in it, I thought I was going to use the second to smallest size, but I used the small size to make these pom-poms. But I made all the pom-poms. I didn't do them all at the same time because that was just a pain in the butt, but I did one color a day, and then I finished up putting them together and then attaching them to the shawl. So they're attached right at the bottom of these loops, the braid, whatever you want to call it. I attached it there, so they are free floating. I didn't add any to the ends. I didn't really think it was necessary. Plus, I didn't want to make that many pom-poms. This was enough as it is. I'm a little nervous about their integrity. I've had several little pieces fall out already while attaching them, and then when attaching them, I was afraid they're gonna fall apart. So hopefully I am not too rough with them, but I do enjoy wearing this shawl. It is very warm and cozy. But yeah, I just want to show you. Yesterday was a day of me finishing things. It was a nice day. So I got up in the morning. Excuse me, sorry. I got up in the morning and started laundry, and then realized I had a sock halfway worked on my sock machine. So I decided to finish that. So I'll go ahead and show you those real quick. Well, here's one of them. Anyways, the other one's just, I was already wearing them this morning, so I had to pull them off. I need a picture as well for my Ravelry, so. But I went ahead and finally finished up these socks. I had one sock done earlier in October, and I needed to get the second one finished. So I just cranked these on my Dean & Bean sock machine. They're on the looser side. They usually are, just because the tension, I have the tension up as tight as I can on the machine. It's just, that's it. Unless I want to try switching out the cylinder for a smaller one. But I'm a little worried that'll be too small. I mean, they still fit just fine. They're just on the looser side. They're not tight. Maybe a couple washes in the wash machine will help with that. But the yarn that I used, I purchased this. Oh, I don't have the tag. I don't have the tag. This yarn was from Chemknits. If you watch her on YouTube, she's awesome. She's always showing dyeing techniques for yarn. This was from 2021. I can't remember what month. I think January 2021. She did a dye along, and she usually takes like an image and then she dyes yarn based off that image and then asks others to do their interpretation. So, and then she always sells her yarns on Etsy, and I really like this colorway, so I purchased it from her. Did I purchase from her last year? I think so. And then I hadn't done anything with it, so I decided to make a pair of socks. It's really lovely. I think the image was a sparkler, like, you know, a fireworks sparkler, but like really zoomed in and kind of blurred, so it was just like little spots of colors with a deep blue background. I can't remember, but I cranked a pair of socks, so I have a new pair of socks. So that's fun. Okay, so after I was done with that, I decided to clean my desk. So my desk was absolutely, you know, a crafter's desk, it usually accumulates a lot of things. Mine does. I'm always working on something and then I just push it to the side so I can work on something else or whatnot. So it was piled pretty high with stuff and I was just getting overwhelmed by all of it. So I decided to clean it off, and I found 2 pairs of socks that needed to be mended. I've never mended socks before. So I was like, okay, and I had been putting it off for a really long time and I kind of missed wearing those socks. So I just took the time, and honestly, it took me 10 minutes to, it was just 2 socks. It was 2 pairs, but 1 sock in each pair had a hole. So it only took me like 10 minutes to repair these things. So I was like, dang, why did I wait so long? I don't know. But I got those done, so I felt pretty good. So, you know, I finished the sock. I cleaned the desk, repaired 2 socks. And then what else did I do? You know, just, I worked on a mini 12-day advent for a friend with the help of my daughter. I tried using my sock machine to start a new project. I was thinking of trying something new, like a cozy, like a cup cozy with cables. But my tension on my machine is too tight for that. But I'm nervous to loosen the tension because then that's going to mess up with my socks. Yeah, that. And plus, I think the yarn that I chose, I don't remember exactly the base of that yarn. I think it might be a sport weight, so that could also be contributing to that. But it was some scrap yarn that I had that they recommend you use like something that has like, it's pretty much a solid color because, or else you're not going to see the cables. So I just kind of went with that. I really just, and changing the tension on the machine is not difficult. It's just trying to get it to where I have it for socks was difficult because I had to, you know, took a lot of muscle to get the thing moved, but it's either neither here nor there. So I had a pretty productive day. And I did knit last night, but very little, but I'll go ahead and show you my whips now, from this past week. They're pretty much the same whips. Oh, I forgot to grab my half and half triangle. I wanted to go ahead and grab that, but oh well. It's getting bigger. I'm on the second skein of the first color, so I'm getting somewhere. But anyways, let me go ahead and show you the Friday slipover. I've gotten a lot of progress done on this since I last showed you. So here I'm at. I feel like this thing is going so slow though. That's the sad part. Have a lot of progress, but it also feels like it's going really slow. So last time I showed you, I was right about here on the first, I had just this, I didn't even have this side down. So I had the back and this bit. Well, I managed to finish this, and then I was freaking out about the second side because the instructions were very just incomplete, I should say. It just said mirror this side. And I was a little nervous about that just because what if, you know, I just felt like it was really lazy. And so I have other patterns and this is by Petite Knit, sorry. This is by Petite Knit, so it's the Friday Slipover V-neck version. I do have several other patterns by her, and so this one was written in 2020. I checked some other ones. I think I have another one from like 2019, or maybe even early or sooner, like sometime in the you know, 2021, 2022. I can't remember. But none of the other ones say, well, I just glanced at one other. It wasn't as vague as this pattern. I don't know why she wrote this one so vaguely, but you know, maybe laziness, maybe just trying to hit some kind of quota of pushing patterns out, which, you know, take your time. It doesn't have to be, you know, one after the other so quickly. But anyways, I managed with a little bit of I did have to rewrite the like 2 lines in this side, from this side. I just had to rewrite them to be opposite, and it all worked out. So I was just being a big baby and complaining. It really wasn't that bad. So yep, I finished the 2 fronts, connected it, and have been working in the round, which feels like forever. This is in broken ribs, so I don't know why it feels like it's taking forever, but it is. I'm a little concerned about how big it is. I mean, obviously I have to add ribbing here, here, and here. So I'm hoping that'll help. I know my row gauge is always, I shouldn't say always, but sorry, my row gauge is pretty big with this one. So obviously it is a little bit longer, and it does feel a little bit bigger. So I am knitting the large just to, I've struggled with so many sweaters in the past trying to either hit gauge for my size, or, you know, just with items having positive ease, just kind of fudging, you know, having less positive ease. And that's led to a lot of like tighter fitting sweaters. And while I know I'm going to be layering this one, I figured I could just go up to a large. And now I'm a little concerned, especially since I don't know what's going to happen once I block this. I am using Holst Super Soft, so it's not a super wash yarn. So I don't know. And there's mohair in here too. But with it being broken rib, I've never made a full garment in broken rib. I don't know if I'll do it again. It's kind of a pain in the butt. If I do, it'll be on a bigger needle gauge. But so yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm getting there very slowly. I wish I do wish that it would be closer to being finished. Let me go ahead and show you my yarn real quick. So here is my Holst Super Soft, Holst Garn Super Soft in the Sweet Pea colorway. This is a 500 gram cone. It looks like I've barely taken any off of it. And then my mohair is Drops Kids Silk in the light pink or soft pink colorway. It's number 2, or is it number 3? Oh, that I can't remember. It's number 2 or number 3. You can see I need to grab another ball. So this is ball number 2. I need to grab the 3rd ball. I know that the ribbing for the V-neck and the arms, you don't use this, so I think only 3 balls is what I'm gonna need. I have 4, but just in case, you just use this for that bit. So yeah, that's where I'm at on this. Hoping to get this. God, it'd be so nice if I could have it done by next week, but I don't know. And my other whip is my Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. This is where I'm at. So last time I showed you, I was way up here. I've gotten pretty much, you know, this is going a lot quicker than I anticipated. I mean, still not that far. If I wanted to quit, I could right here, but it'd be a single layer hat. I did put it on those tubes that you can get, you know, those silicone or rubber tubes to try on, and it fits me. It fits my head well. I actually wore it for quite a while, and I was very comfortable. So I just need to keep going to get it nice and long. Oops. Nice and long so that it folds inside on itself. And I also do want the folded brim. So I do have to knit pretty far. This yarn was a gift last Christmas. It's by Kelbourne Kelborn Woolens. It's the perennial base, so it has merino and alpaca in it. This is the neon lime colorway. I just thought it'd be a great hat color. Anyways, so that's that one. And then I did start something new. This is gift knitting. So I'm hoping to get most of this, or these all finished by the end of November. The people I am gifting this to, I don't think they watch my videos at all, so I'm not too worried. But as you can see, the yarn, this yarn was gifted to me by a coworker. Absolutely lovely. Her husband went to Chile last year, and I asked if he could bring me back some yarn, and so she gave this to me. Oops. So this is, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's from Chile. It's 100% alpaca, and they're 50-gram balls, and that is all the information that is on this. So several different colors. Let me pull it out. Sorry. So I have 2 of the cream colors, 2 of the darker gray colors, 1 of the light gray, and then 1 of the black. So this is what I was gifted. Stuff's really nice to work with. So I thought these, I wasn't sure what I'd make with it, but then I was like, I have a pair of these things called Pulse Warmers by Ball and Skein. That's, I've made a pair before with cashmere yarn, earlier this year, actually. It's in my Ravelry page. Everything's linked below if you're interested. But I thought this yarn would be great for those, and plus they would be great gifts. They're quick knitting. So I've made 1 pair so far. So they just look like this. They're like fingerless mitts without the thumb hole. Pulse warmers. I have not blocked these yet though. They have a textured pattern on them of just knits and purls. So these ones are made to pattern. The ones that I made in the past, I added an extra repeat, and the gauge, the yarn was different, so the gauge is different, so they're wider. They don't fit as snugly, unfortunately. These ones I think are like perfect because they stay right here, but I also need to block them. But yeah, I made 1 pair so far, and I still have, with 1 50-gram ball, and I still have this much left. So honestly, I probably could have done 1 more. Well, it's an 8-row repeat, so I don't know, but it's pretty cool to have about this much left. You know, I can make a full, I was worried I wouldn't be able to make a pair with 1 of these cakes, but I can. So I'm just using, what is this? A little Chiagu circular needle. These are US 5s or 3.75, and I forget how long the cord is. It does cramp my hands a little bit when I'm first starting. 6-inch, so 6 plus 2, 4, 7, 8, 10 inches. It's a 10-inch needle from tip to tip. In the beginning, casting on does cramp my hands just a little bit, but then after a while, it's okay. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on. I just need to get the second pair started. I'm going to use the light gray and then I think the dark gray to make a pair as well. And then the last 3 skeins, I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but great gift knitting. Super soft. Can't wait to block and see how that turns out. So that's all I've been working on, other than my half and half triangles wrapped by Pearl Soho. And that just stays in my purse and I forgot to grab it. Okay. So yesterday, was it yesterday? No, Friday I had off. Friday I had off and my kids still had to go to school. So I decided to look through my whip basket, which I have a giant whip basket. And I filmed like a little clip of me going through my whips. I wanted to insert it in this video, but I'm not sure how well it's gonna work. But I probably will, just so that you guys can see it and kind of see what my upcoming plans are a little bit. So I'm gonna insert that here. Hi, so it's Friday. What is it? Friday, November 11th. Yes, Veterans Day. I don't have work today, which is I'm thankful. Not because it's Veterans Day, but because it's an e-learning day at my school. But I have the day off. Kids had to go to their school, so I get a free day. So I decided to bring my whip basket up here. This big old thing is where I put all my whips. So this basket I got at Fleet Farm when I was in Wisconsin. I kind of wish we had a Fleet Farm here. It was pretty cool. Anyways, off topic. So I decided to bring my whip basket up here, and I wanted to go through my whips because I am dying to start other things, but I know I have all these whips. So I figured I could look through them and see which ones I should prioritize. And which ones I want to say I wish I could frog. I wish I could frog some, but at the same time, I don't feel like I can, because what if that crafter's mentality, right? You get something like you have say you have a box or some kind of trash, and you're like, no, I want to save that because maybe I can use that for a craft project, and then you hoard it for years, and it in the end you end up just throwing it away. It's the same mentality with this for me. I've started some of these projects, and while I don't love them, I'm having a hard time biting the bullet and just frogging them. So those ones are just going to sit at the bottom of the basket for a while. But I wanted to go ahead and show you. Maybe not show you, because I do want to do like a whip parade in December. I also want to do, everything I've knit in December kind of thing. I want to do those since I don't know if I'm going to do Vlogmas. So I'll just hold up the bag, explain what it is, but I don't think I'm going to show you everything. But I just want to show you what I got. So I'll start with the things that I'm probably not going to be working on right now. So in this bag right here, this is a Delaque. It's a Delaque bag. Got from Jimmy Bean Wool. It's just a wax canvas bag. I like it. I got a project in here, a shawl. It's in lace weight on, I don't even remember what size needles, because there's no needles on it right now. But I think I bit off more than I could chew with this thing. I just saw someone make it, thought it was cool, and thought I should make it, but honestly, I don't think it's for me. So, but I'm not ready to frog it, so it's just going to sit at the bottom of the basket. Next one. This one I've actually already frogged. I just don't know if I want to take it out of the bag and put it in stash again. It's a pair of socks. I had trouble. They're colorwork socks, so I had trouble. You know what I could do with this, actually? Bright idea. I'm watching Andrea Mowry right now. She just released her bear paw socks, right? Her new socks. I should use this yarn for that. There's 2 colors here, so I can hold them together like like stated in the pattern. I could do that. And make those. I mean, I really love the socks that this yarn was that I bought specifically for, but again, it was colorwork socks, and I did not do a good job. So that's an idea. I'm gonna actually put it right here. Next one. This was the big one. This one is the Long Summer Cardi by Joji Locatelli. I have the yoke done, so it's just the body, but it's a lot of twisted rib. You know what? It's probably not even that bad. But I have it here because I didn't want to rip it out because just in case I really wanted it. I did pick orange and blue, so I'm a little, because fall. I started this last year. I have not worked on it at all, but it's a maybe. So I'm just going to keep it in the bag, put it at the bottom of the whip pile, and just in case. Next one. This one was I started this one on a whim too. It's actually a skirt. I'm ripping out an old sweater. This is Wonder Fluff. I'm ripping out an old sweater that didn't fit well, and I was repurposing it for this skirt. But then it's just a lot of stockinette stitching, and you increase after a certain amount of, you just knit for a certain measurement, and then you increase. So I figured that was going to be boring. I mean, some big needles, it should go fast, but I don't know. I'm also worried about, it being see-through and all that other jazz. Yeah, I need to stop starting things on a whim. I really need to stop doing that. And then this one, which I really wish I could just repurpose this bag. I probably could. This one is the Shifty, right? Is that what it's called? Shifty 2.0. Started this a while back too. And then I put it on hold for some reason. I can't even remember why I put it on hold, but I did. And then I was listening to one of Andrea Mowry's videos, and she was talking about a Shifty cardigan. So I thought maybe I should save this yarn to make the cardigan. But I don't know. If her recent little house coat thing was supposed to be the Shifty, then no. I doubt it though. I doubt it, but still, at the same time, it's the same little slip stitch design kind of thing. But she didn't say, so I don't know. This one's gonna get put on hold for a while too. Just in case. I do have other things that probably should be prioritized a little bit ahead of that. And then this was at the bottom of my pile. This isn't a project. I ripped it out. I did frog this one because I'm going to use this for different socks. I was using this for the Cozy Hiker socks, which I had planned to restart just with different needles because I was using DPNs, and then I was kind of messed it up in the gusset area. So, but I have a different pattern that I think I want by Yarn Inspiration that I might want to use for this. Or some, I'll make some Green Bay Packer socks or something. But I kind of really want those. So I'm just going to leave these all together and put it back in the basket where I had it until I'm ready to start that. But, all right, the last of the whips that I feel like are more important. So I have this one I'm currently working on. This is the Friday Slipover V-neck version. This one just sits out here because this one is, again, more of a priority. Sorry, it got caught. This one's more of a priority. I have a Musselburgh hat back here on the table. I don't know if you can... Yeah, that neon yellow or green. Oh my God, colors. The neon green, that's a Musselburgh hat. So that gets worked on. I have my 50/50 triangle wrap, which is in my purse that goes with me everywhere. It's getting a little too big though, so might have to switch that out. And then I have some gift knitting. These ones I'll show you in my actual podcast, but with, the other whips I'm talking about. But I have gift knitting here. And these are the other ones that have been sitting in my basket, kind of just waiting. So in this little bag, container thingy, I have my spooky socks. And these ones have been really slow going. I still have to finish duplicate stitching on these letters before I can keep knitting. But once I'm past this, it should be pretty quick. I am a little concerned about the thickness right here with the jacquard ladder back. I'm a little concerned about the thickness, and also these were Halloween socks and I did not finish them for Halloween. So I don't know when I will pick these back up. Maybe not for the rest of this year. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe sometime next year. So I just have this little bit started. I know I said I wasn't going to really show you, but I'm showing you a little bit. I'm not telling you any details or whatnot because those will come in podcasts when I'm actually working on them. So there's that one. I don't want to rip that out. I do want those socks. Next is a pair of mittens. These need to be prioritized because they're almost done. I have one mitten finished. These are my Fire and Blood mittens. Fire and Blood mittens. I have that much. I'm under the thumb gusset, so I really need it. Where's the other one? There it is. So I have one mitten fully done. I had hoped to get these done during the House of the Dragon, but there was no way I was going to knit these while watching that show. So I know the light. It snowed. It snowed last night, so it's really bright out there with the sun's not shining, but it's very white out there. But yeah, I have one mitten finished. It says, what does this one say? This one says fire, and then the first 3 letters of blood, and then the Targaryen sigil. I do want to get these done because they're mittens, and these will be great to wear at work. They do feel really nice and warm, even though they're very thin fingering weight yarn. They are, since it's all over color work, there's a lot of floats. It's like double layer. So I do need to get these done sometime soon so that I can wear them. Let's see. It's just so much color work. I just need to focus on it. So that one's a priority. This is a shawl. This is my the Lost Woods shawl. I put this one on hold, as you can see here, so that I could work on the slip over. But so this isn't like a high priority, but it would be nice to get it done so that I could potentially start a different shawl pattern, you know. Again, ideas are to work through stash again next year, which I think I did pretty well this year. I do think I did pretty well this year. I only bought, you know what, I'll have to go through. When I do my year in review type videos, I'll definitely have to do some real research and see which projects I actually bought yarn for this year and actually worked on it. Or if it was just stuff from stash. Lastly, this, I keep bonking myself. This project, this one has been a beast. So I actually am sample knitting a sweater, and I feel so bad about it because I got this yarn in March. And while I had gotten to the sleeve split at one point in the earlier of this year, I had messed it up so bad that I had to completely rip it back out. So I restarted it, and I have not worked on it much. I really need to because I feel so bad that, again, it's a sample knit, and I have not done it. Like, why? So yeah, that's all sitting here. This is all Malabrigo yarn. Really pretty colors. Whoa, what's that? A quarter. There's a quarter in my bag. I wonder why. So this needs to be at the tippy top of the pile. But when I go through that, nothing even really sparks joy, to be honest. I just want to work on what I have, and I keep thinking of things that I do want to start, and I need to stop because I need to get those things done. I wish I could just sit down, like say take today, just sit down and knock a whole bunch of them out. But again, that's not feasible at all. I am not a magic person. If only I had powers, I could be like, okay, you knit yourself, you knit yourself, you knit yourself, and have like 5 projects going at the same time. That would be amazing. Anyways, I'll go ahead and let you go, and you can enjoy my podcast. Okay, yeah, so I got that all, I got all that to figure out. It sucks because all I want to do is start other things. I was actually going through my, what do you want to call it? Not my whips. Oh my gosh. I was going through my scrap bin. My scrap bin is so full. I wish I could show you, but if I pull it down, it's just all going to fall. I was going through my scraps and I have so many scraps and I need to figure it out. But I was looking and I have some yarn that would actually make a really great pair of socks. Like I was talking about in the clip, I think a pair of socks by Yarnspiration. I'll try to link them below. It's a free pattern. But I think I have enough scraps to make another pair in some gray and maroon. Maybe. If not, then the Cozy Hiker socks, possibly. I could do that. It's a worsted weight yarn, so those are some ideas. I wish I had more time in my life. I could knit all the things. Anyways, so last thing, which is just a purchase that I wanted to talk about. I don't have any other purchases that are yarny or fiber related, so just this one. So this package came all the way from Finland, which I'm pretty excited about. So I'll go ahead and show you. I know everybody's seen this all over YouTube. I have, and that's what made me purchase it. So a lot of people have been talking about this Sanasgarn book. I believe they said it's the spring of 2022 edition. I don't know. This just says, I don't know if that's gonna focus. Probably not. Can you read it here? That's the only thing on here. I mean, it just says 2022, but a lot of people say spring of 2022. That's all I see. So I'm just taking their word for it. But this one has been all over the YouTubes. Like almost everybody I watch talks about this book. And after finally getting to see several of the patterns in this book, I decided that yes, I want this book. And I think I decided it was sometime last week. Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember. Like I ordered it on, what was it, like last Wednesday? Not this previous Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, and then I had it by Thursday this past week, I think. Unless it was Thursday and then Wednesday. I think maybe that was it. Either way, the Sanasgarn, I'll show you some in just a minute. I want to talk about trying to actually find this book. Trying to find this book was a huge pain in the butt. It only took me, it probably took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to find where I could purchase this book. But that felt like a long time, honestly. So I went to the Sanasgarn website, and their website, their Norwegian website is only in Norwegian. And I believe you can buy the book through the Norwegian website, but I'm like, I can't understand any of it. There's no translating of anything. I was nervous to buy through the Norwegian website. So you can go to sanasgarn.com and it's all in English, but you cannot buy the book through that website. It only gives you a list of retailers in the US and Canada, I think. So I picked several different retailers on their website that sold Sanasgarn. None of them had the book. None of them. And I didn't want to look through every single one in the US, honestly. So I just typed in Sanasgarn. I think I just typed in Sanasgarn and then was searching. And then the book came up in several different European yarn shops. And so I was looking at some in Germany, and I think it was mostly Germany and Norway. Maybe, yeah, Norway and Germany. But a lot of their stores said that I had to, if I wanted to purchase this book, it said in like small print, according to Sanasgarn, the company, in order to sell the book, you had to also buy 3 skeins of yarn, of Sanasgarn yarn. You know, garn is yarn. You actually had to buy the yarn to go with the book. And I'm like, and one website was like, you have to buy a sweater's quantity worth. And then other ones were like just three skeins. And I'm like, I don't want to buy the yarn. Nothing against it. I heard lots of people love it. I just didn't want to buy the yarn. I wanted the book. So I was like, oh, well, okay. So I'm looking through more, and then I finally find a shop in Finland that is selling the book and does not have that requirement where you need to buy the yarn too. So I can't pronounce the shop, but here is the packaging that it came in. I mean, it was also wrapped in a DHL envelope, but I thought this was really pretty. So this is the shop in Finland that I purchased this from. The book itself was only like €7, so that was not bad. The shipping is what got me. But at that point, I just didn't care. I wanted the book. I was tired of searching. And this, like I said, this was the only company that I could find that didn't require you to buy the yarn as well. So it was €7 for the book, and then like €22 for shipping. And it was DHL Express. That was the only option I had. I found that kind of strange because when I've purchased from Wool Warehouse, which I believe Wool Warehouse is in Denmark. It's either in Denmark or Norway. I think it's Denmark. So Wool Warehouse is a fantastic yarn store. You can get yarn for very cheap. Well, not very cheap, but decently priced. And their shipping, which is also DHL Express, is only €5.99, which is like $8.99 American, US. So I'm just like, I don't understand why, unless because this is considered multimedia, like a book. But I'm just like, what's the you're still using DHL Express. Why is one $5.99 and one is $21.99? And that's in euro. So I don't know. Again, I didn't care though. I wanted the book. So that was fun. So Wool Warehouse DHL Express comes usually within 4 days. This took a week. And that's okay. It's okay. I was really worried it actually wasn't going to come on the day that it said it was, because it was still in, I want to say it was still in Ohio the day that this was delivered. And I'm in Colorado. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, because it arrived to Denver the morning of, and then it got to me that evening. Crazy. Isn't it crazy? I do like DHL shipping. I just wish it was even across the board. I don't know why from Finland it was way more expensive than Denmark, but anyway, sorry. That I thought was strange. So if you're interested in getting this book and you can't find it in the US, like I couldn't, you might want to try this shop if you're okay with spending quite a bit for shipping. Sanasgarn, the 2022 edition. So let me show you everything that's in here. I have not broken the spine, and I still don't want to. This is a pair of socks. One pair of socks. They're the, oh, that's not in English. So this is the English and German version. That's the only way you can get it in English. Let's see here. There is the, I think those socks are called the Snowbell socks, but that picture didn't have the English name. Let's see here. Yep, Snowbell socks. So the patterns, you get the English version, and then at the back is the German version. Next is the Amy slipover, which I'll show you that in a second, because there's a better picture further on. Then there is the Gaia zipper Genzer, I think that's this one. I really love that sweater, so I really want to knit that. Everything in here is fantastic. I think there's probably only 2 in here I wouldn't knit. Then there's the Lou Genzer Double Sunday Edition. And then there's another one that is the Peer Gynt Edition. So those are 2 different types of yarns by Sanasgarn. So here's they look exactly the same. So This one's better to see. Just a lovely little pullover. It's not bad. I like it. I'm not entirely sure what the difference between the two yarns is. And then this one is the most popular. This is the Guernsey. This is probably the best picture. This one is everywhere. Everybody's knitting this one. Just as popular as the Ingrid sweater by Petite Knits. I'm still unsure of which Guernsey type sweater I would like to knit, whether it's this one or the one by Petite Knits, or I know Pia of 50 Fabulous Knits, she designed one as well. It's just not released yet, and I'm not sure if or when she's releasing it, but it's beautiful, so I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see when that one will be released. So this is the Frankie Genzer, and there's two different two different styles. It just depends on the type of yarn you use, but it just looks like that. Really lovely. I guess this video is going to be a little bit longer than expected. So this one's called, okay, I can't pronounce that word, but I'm assuming it means dress. Cherry, whatever the word is. So look at that dress. They call it that because they put a little embroidered cherry on it, but it's super pretty. This uses Sunday and mohair. Then this is the Jolie Genzer. It's really pretty. I'll show you this big picture. It's a striped sweater. Lots of mohair in there. Very pretty. And it also tells you, like, they have, what's really awesome, it tells you the year and the number, then the type of yarn that's used, the needle size, the gauge, and then it tells you, there's little dots right here. I don't know if you can see. Sorry. The little dots are, there is a beginner to advanced, like scale, like beginner, intermediate kind of thing. It tells you the level of how difficult it is, and then the sizing range and the name of the pattern. So that's really nice. And then there's this, okay, so this is the Amy slipover. I like this. It's grown on me, so I might make that at some point. Really pretty. So that's pattern number 2 in the book, but the picture is further back for some reason. And then there's the Hazel dress. Let's see, is there a better picture? I like this dress too, a lot. I know the pictures are kind of small, but very lovely. I do like that. And then they have the Cherry Genzer, which is just that, it's like that long dress, but just in a shirt version, and they put a little embroidered lemon on it instead. It's pretty. It looks comfy. I don't know about the sleeves though. They stop here and they're really wide, so that's not really my style. But they do have a striped version that I really like. Look at that. I've wanted to make a striped sweater for a while, but I just haven't done it because I don't know which striped sweater to make. But that one's really pretty. Again, I just don't like those wide sleeves. There is this. What is this? I don't even know what this is called. Oh, the Jules Genzer. It's really pretty. It's like a laced yoke. I think this is knit all in mohair. Like maybe you hold 2 strands of mohair together. There's a blue version. That one's really pretty. Yeah, it's just mohair. I just don't know how many strands. Here's that dress again. A bigger photo. Looks really cozy. And then all the patterns. So again, you get the English patterns and then followed by the German patterns. There's no other pictures though, except for like this. They're in black and white. I I do wish that there was a code to get the digital version, but they don't even offer the digital version to, or like a digital version to purchase. But then here's all the patterns. I don't know what this is. The 20, oh, this says 2102. I don't know what that is. The one before this edition, maybe? I don't know, but all the patterns in here. So again, you got the Snowbell, this Amy slip over, the Gaia zipper, the Lou in 2 different versions, the Genzer, the Frankie in 2 different versions. You got the cherry dress, the Jolie Genzer, the hazel dress, the cherry Genzer with stripes, and then the Jules Genzer. So yeah, I am excited to knit something in here. I just don't know when that'll happen. I just know that this one will definitely be one at some point. I know Petite Knit has something similar that I had looked at before. I don't know if it was a full sweater or if it was like a vest type, like a slip over with the zipper. I'm interested, but I could see me knitting almost everything in this book. So it wasn't a bad purchase. Okay, that is all that I have to show you today. I'm sorry if this was a little bit longer. I really didn't want it to be. I need to get going, get dressed, go grocery shopping. So I do hope that you enjoy your week. I hope you're very productive and in anything and everything that you are trying to accomplish this week. And I'll see you next Sunday or whichever day you watch this. Bye.